Hello everyone and welcome back again. We are studying Clostridium perfringens and in previous lectures we have already discussed some properties of Clostridium perfringens. Okay. In this particular lecture again we are going to study the next part of Clostridium, and that is pathogenesis. Pathogenesis of Clostridium perfringens. What is mean by pathogenesis? Pathogenesis is nothing but the disease causing or the cause of disease. How exactly the disease occurs, how exactly the infection occurs. कशा पद्धतीने infection होतं किंवा the mechanism by which an infection occurs or disease occurs, that is a pathogenesis. Okay. Or as we have already discussed in the previous lecture, this organism causes large number of human infections. Some of the infections or the major infections we are going to study or discuss in this lecture. Overall, all other the infections caused by Clostridium perfringens are categorized into two broad categories. All infections are categorized into first skin and soft tissue infection. Skin and soft tissue infection. All infections are categorized into two categories. First category, skin and soft tissue infection, and second, that is food poisoning. So this organism, it causes skin infections as well as it causes food poisoning because it produces variety of toxins, and because of which these complications are observed. Okay. Majority of infections comes under the term skin and soft tissue infection. Maximum skin tissue infection or infection of brain, infection of a small intestine, infection of the eyes, or infection of the lower layer of skin, that is called dermis. All these infections, they comes under the term skin and soft tissue infections, and it is also responsible for food poisoning. Okay, so we will discuss these two categories in detail. First of all, let's study the skin and soft tissue infections caused by Clostridium perfringens. Variety of skin and soft tissue infections are observed. The first and the most dominant type of skin infection is called gas gangrene. Gas gangrene. It is a common type of infection. यापूर्वीच्या एका लेक्चरमध्ये मी सांगितलं असेल की Clostridium perfringens is mostly known for gas gangrene. Gas gangrene is mostly caused, or it is caused only by Clostridium perfringens. So it is an important and highlighting feature of this organism. Okay, what is the meaning of gas gangrene? We will split these two words. Actually, we will first discuss what is the meaning of gangrene, and then we will go for gas. Let's study what is the meaning of gangrene here in this case. काय होतं gangrene म्हणजे काय असतं? Literal meaning of gangrene is it is an tissue death. Tissue death. नेक्रोसिस जेव्हा होतं आपल्याला माहिती आहे नेक्रोसिस मध्ये काय होतं की टिश्यू डॅमेज केले जातात, डिस्ट्रॉय केले जातात आणि त्यामुळे टिश्यूची डेथ होते. सिमिलरली here in gangrene there is death of tissue. ज्या साइटला पॅथोजन एंटर होईल, इन्फेक्ट होईल, त्या साइटला तिथल्या एरियामध्ये लोकलाइज्ड एरियामध्ये तिथल्या टिश्यूचं काय होतं, डिस्ट्रक्शन होतं, टिश्यू डेथ होते. And once tissues are damaged because of production of some toxins, then some symptoms are observed. Symptoms because of tissue death, some common symptoms observed like swelling of that particular area. Swelling is observed. Pains are observed. Pains. Besides this, the skin becomes dark red color or black. Black skin is observed. And sometimes it is also characterized by pus formation in that area. So what is gangrene? Gangrene is nothing but tissue death, and this death of tissue or damage of tissue results into swelling of the part, swelling of that infected area. It also results into pains in that area, and also characterized by redness or black colored skin in that particular affected area. एस्पेशली याच्यामध्ये गँग्लियन कुठल्या एरियामध्ये होतो, बॉडी पार्ट मध्ये होतो, तर मोस्टली गँग्लियन इज ऑब्झर्वड इन द हँड्स अँड फीट. Hands and feet area, this is the most common area observed in where the ganglion is commonly observed. Okay, hands and feet is the most affected area. This is nothing but ganglion. So overall, what is the meaning of ganglion? It is nothing but death of tissues. Then what is the meaning of gas? Here, what is the meaning of gas? Actually, here gas is also called as tissue gas. It is also known as tissue gas. What does this tissue gas means? Tissue gas, it means that rapid or accelerated decomposition of dead tissues. Rapid acceleration. एकदा टिश्यू डॅमेज झाले किंवा त्या टिश्यूची डेथ झाली की त्याच्यानंतर इमिजिएटली त्याचं काय होतं, डिकम्पोजिशन स्टार्ट होतं. सो रॅपिड डिकम्पोजिशन ऑफ डेड टिश्यू इज कॉल्ड ॲज गॅस. जेव्हा या टिश्यूचा डिकम्पोजिशन होतं, रॅपिड किंवा ॲक्सिलरेटेड डिकम्पोजिशन होतं, तेव्हा काही गॅसेस रिलीज केले जातात. दोज गॅसेस आर नोन ॲज टिश्यू गॅस. Gas released due to a rapid degradation, a rapid decomposition of the dead tissues. Dead tissues because of ganglion. So ganglion followed by removal of tissue gas, and this overall phenomenon is known as gas ganglion. Okay, so gas ganglion, it is solely caused by Clostridium perfringens. फक्त Clostridium perfringens हा organismच हा disease cause करू शकतो. In previous lecture we have discussed there are 5 types of Clostridium perfringens based upon the toxin production ability. 4 types of toxin असतात, alpha, beta, epsilon and iota. Based upon these toxin there are 5 types of Clostridium perfringens. Which are those? Type 1 Clostridium perfringens, type 2 strain of Clostridium perfringens, type 3, type 4 and type 5. Out of these 5 types of Clostridium perfringens, type 1 strain of Clostridium perfringens is responsible for gas ganglion. So gas ganglion is caused by type 1 strain of Clostridium perfringens. बाकीचे कुठलाही strains Clostridium perfringens च्या gas ganglion cause करत नाही. It is only caused by type 1 strain, and we all know that type 1 strain produces alpha toxin. So what is the reason for tissue death? Tissue death is observed because of alpha toxin. This tissue death, it is observed damaging the tissue is because of the result of alpha toxin production by type 1 strain of Clostridium perfringens. So तुम्ही इथं एवढंच लक्षात घ्यायचं आहे, Clostridium perfringens causes gas ganglion, especially type 1 causes gas ganglion, and gas ganglion is characterized by tissue death and some symptoms are there. Okay, आता yes, even though only this organism causes gas ganglion, पण असं ऑब्झर्व केलं गेलं की this organism in association with other Clostridium species. Clostridium perfringens हा ही एक स्पेसिस झाली. Clostridiumचे बाकीचे स्पेसिस आहेत, those are also observed in the gas ganglion. So it is supposed that this organism Clostridium perfringens in association with other species of Clostridium or in association with other non-Clostridium organism causes gas ganglion. Sole from these 5 types, पण in association with other Clostridial or non-Clostridial species, it causes gas ganglion disease or infection. Gas ganglion infection is observed. Okay, understood gas ganglion? Okay. Then second type of infection. Gas ganglion, it may also result into toxemia. This also may result into toxemia. Toxemia means entry of toxin in the blood. Toxin enters the blood stream. जेव्हा टॉक्सिन हा एखाद्या ऑर्गन मधून एखाद्या बॉडी पार्ट मधून ब्लड मध्ये एंटर होतो आणि सर्क्युलेट होतो सगळीकडे, that phenomenon is known as toxemia, entry of toxin into the blood. So it may also result in toxemia, and toxemia may cause shock. Toxemia may be followed by shock. Shock means fever, characterized by fever and other symptoms. Elevated body temperature, इथे एकदम बॉडी टेम्परेचर वाढतं कारण टॉक्सिन ब्लडमध्ये एंटर झाल्यामुळे काय होतं, बॉडी टेम्परेचर एकदम रेज व्हायला लागतं, आणि दिस इज कॉल्ड ॲज शॉक, टॉक्सिन शॉक, और shock resulting due to the entry of toxin into the blood due to the toxemia. So sometimes gas gangrene is also characterized by toxemia and shock. So there are various skin infections. First skin infection that we already discussed here, and that is gas gangrene. Second, that is necrotizing enteritis. Necrotizing enteritis. Here in the enteritis the suffix itis. Meaning of this itis suffix indicates that inflammation. So what is necrotizing enteritis? Necrosis means damage of tissues. Necrosis, it is a damage of or damage to tissues. And because of damage to tissues, there is inflammation of small intestine. There is inflammation of small intestine. So inflammation of small intestine is referred as enteritis. Enteritis. And why this occurs? It is because of necrosis in that particular area. Okay? So necrosis तिथं काय होतं, तिथले जे small intestine tissues आहेत, those tissues are damaged, and this damage is because of production of toxin, especially beta toxin. It is due to the production of beta toxin. Beta toxin म्हणजे कुठली टाइप आले सांगा आता. Here type 3. Type 3 Clostridium perfringens is commonly associated with beta toxin production. So beta toxin, production of beta toxin by type 3 Clostridium perfringens causes inflammation of small intestine. This is called as necrotizing enteritis. Sometimes this inflammation may also result into ulcer. Ulcer means तिथलं जे टिश्यू आहे, टिश्यू completely break होतात. टिश्यूचा लेयर आहे, तो लेयर completely break होतो. So it may also result into ulceration. Ulceration. So necrotizing enteritis caused by this organism because of production of beta toxin. It may also result into ulceration. अजून याच्यासारखाच एक similar phenomenon. The phenomenon that is pig bell. Pig bell. Pig bell. It is nothing but enteritis. It is also a necrotizing enteritis, commonly observed in African population. So pig bell, what is the meaning of pig bell? Here again there is inflammation of enteritis, but इथं थोडंसं वेगळं आहे. पहिल्या केसमध्ये आपण बघितलं necrotizing enteritis कशामुळे होतो? Infection of organism through any other way. Organism enters and causes inflammation of small intestine. But in case of pig bell, organism enters through consumption of pig meat. Organism enters through consumption of pig meat. So feeding on pig meat sometimes may transmit the organism in the body, and that results into necrotizing enteritis. So pig meat मधून जो organism आला, pig meat मधून जर infection झालं, आणि तेव्हा जे enteritis होतं, that enteritis is called as pig bell due to consumption of pig meat. It has characters like abdominal pain. This pig bell is characterized by abdominal pains and diarrhea. It is characterized by abdominal pains and diarrhea. So overall, pig bell is nothing but it is also a necrotizing enteritis, but the reason or transmission occurs through the contaminated meat, especially contaminated pig meat. जर एखाद्यानं कंटॅमिनेट पिग मीट कोणी कंझ्युम केलं, ईट केलं, त्याच्यामधून जर क्लॉस्ट्रिडियम आत एंटर झाला, इट कॉजेस सपोज एंटरायटिस, देन दॅट एंटरायटिस इज कॉल्ड ॲज पिग बेल. सो second type of soft tissue infection is necrotizing enteritis. Clear? Okay. Third infection after necrotizing enteritis, and that is biliary tract infection. Third, biliary tract infection. Biliary tract infection. Biliary tract infection. What is the meaning of biliary tract? A tract which carries bile. The system which carries bile, that is called biliary tract. An infection of this biliary tract is known as biliary tract infection. मग biliary tract मध्ये असतं काय ओव्हरऑल कोणते कोणते याच्यामध्ये टिश्यूज इन्व्हॉल्व असतात? तर biliary tract involves gall bladder, biliary tract involves liver and bile ducts. So it involves these tissues. It involves liver, it involves bile duct and also gall bladder. आता biliary tract इन्फेक्शन मध्ये काय होतं तर ओव्हरऑल या टिश्यू मध्ये आपल्याला गँग्रीन बघायला मिळतं. गँग्रीन म्हणजे काय या टिश्यूची डेथ होताना आपल्याला ऑब्झर्व होते. बट हियर biliary tract infection is characterized into two categories. Here two main infections are observed in biliary tract, and these two infections are first acute emphysematous, cholecystitis, acute emphysematous cholecystitis, acute emphysematous cholecystitis. It is actually an infection of gallbladder. It is acute emphysematous cholecystitis. It is an infection or inflammation of gallbladder. It is an inflammation of gallbladder. काय होतं बघा याच्यामध्ये इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ गॉल ब्लॅडर होतं आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं नेक्रोसिस होतं. गॉल ब्लॅडरचं नेक्रोसिस होतं. नेक्रोसिस तिथं तर टिश्यू कम्प्लीटली डॅमेज होतं. आणि नुसतं डॅमेज नाही तर समटाइम इट इज ऑल्सो ऑब्झर्व दॅट देयर इज परफोरेशन in the gallbladder. Perforation means formation of small pores. Small holes are observed in the gallbladder. So acute emphysematous cholecystitis, it is observed in the biliary tract. Biliary tract contains gallbladder. Gallbladder मध्ये जेव्हा इन्फ्लामेशन होतं आणि इन्फ्लामेशन नुसतं नाही तर इन्फ्लामेशन प्लस फॉर्मेशन ऑफ पोर्स, that is perforation. These two are observed under the term called as acute emphysematous cholecystitis. It is a rare kind of infection but more serious kind of infection. कारण गॉल ब्लॅडरचं फंक्शन असतं की सिंथेसिस अँड रिलीज ऑफ बाईल आणि बाईल आपल्यामध्ये बाईल इज असोसिएटेड विथ डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टम. So if bile is not properly stored or not synthesized, then it may cause some digestive tract complications. So it is a rare but serious kind of infection caused by this organism. Then second infection caused is post cholecystectomy, septicemia. So what is meaning of post cholecystectomy septicemia? Actually it is post emphysematous cholecystitis. म्हणजे काय तर acute emphysematous cholecystitis होऊन गेल्यानंतर समजा there is an inflammation of gallbladder. gallbladder झालं म्हणजे it is localized, म्हणजे त्या एरिया पुरतच gallbladder पुरतच इन्फ्लामेशन होणार. gallbladder पुरतच आपल्याला परफोरेशन दिसतं. But after this organism through gallbladder or from gallbladder enters the blood. It enters the blood system, and entry of organism in the blood is called as septicemia. That is we have studied sepsis or septicemia. So whenever there is an MIA or EMIA suffix, that means entry of organism in the blood. Okay, so after gallbladder inflammation, organism enters the blood system, and that is called as post emphysematous cholecystitis, or also known as post cholecystectomy septicemia. So here after gallbladder infection, organism enters the blood and circulates to other body parts. This is the second. Again, it is a rare type of disorder, but yes, it is also a serious kind of disorder or serious kind of infection. So these are two infections of biliary tract where it can mostly affects the gallbladder. Okay. Then next soft tissue or skin infection is and that is gangrenous appendicitis. Fourth one, gangrenous appendicitis. Simply it means an inflammation of appendix. It is an inflammation of appendix. Why there is inflammation of appendix? It is a gangrenous appendix. So what is the reason for inflammation? काय होतं, कशामुळे inflammation होतं? तर inflammation एकाच reason मुळे होतं, कशामुळे? तर gangrene of appendix. पहिल्यांदा काय होतं, ऑर्गॅनिझम इन्फेक्ट करतो appendixला. इन्फेक्ट केल्यानंतर काय होतं, तर appendix टिश्यू डॅमेज होतं आणि जेव्हा appendix टिश्यू डॅमेज होतात, that time it results into inflammation. That is called as gangrenous appendicitis. Appendicitis, inflammation of appendix because of death of tissues, that is gangrenous. So the next complication is gangrenous appendicitis. Okay. Then after gangrenous appendicitis, the fifth infection is endogenous gas gangrene. Fifth one is endogenous gas gangrene. तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना गॅस गँग्रीनचा मेन चांगल्या पद्धतीने माहिती असेल. सो इट इज अन नेक्स्ट इन्फेक्शन एंडोजेनस गॅस गँग्रीन ऑफ इंट्रा abdominal origin. Intra abdominal origin. So endogenous gas gangrene of intra abdominal origin. Simple meaning है, it is an gas gangrene of abdomen. It is an gas gangrene of abdomen. जेव्हा abdomen is affected, infection झालेलं, organism enter झालेलं, and after entry, organism start damaging or destroying the tissues of abdomen. Then there is a death of abdomen tissues. आणि abdomen टिश्यूची डेथ झाल्यानंतर काय होतं, त्याचा लगेच डिकम्पोजिशन पण स्टार्ट होतं, गॅसेस रिलीज होतं आणि त्यामुळे स्वेलिंग व्हायला लागतं abdomen. And because of gas accumulation, swelling व्हायला लागतं, and this is called as gas gangrene of abdomen. So endogenous gas gangrene of abdominal origin. हे कधी होतं? Especially it is observed after abdomen surgery. म्हणजे समजा एखादा पेशंट असेल, पेशंट ऍडमिट केलेला हॉस्पिटलमध्ये आणि ऍडमिट केल्यानंतर पेशंटची abdomen सर्जरी झालेली आहे आणि सर्जरी झाल्यानंतर जर त्याला एखादं इन्फेक्शन झालं आणि इफ सपोज दॅट इन्फेक्शन results into gangrene, then mostly that infection is gas gangrene of abdominal origin, intra abdominal origin. So हे कधी होतं? जेव्हा abdomen सर्जरी होती. म्हणजे बघा, हॉस्पिटलमध्ये पेशंट ऍडमिट झाला फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ abdomen सर्जरी झाल्यानंतर बिकॉज ऑफ सम इफ सपोज प्रिकॉशन और केअर इज नॉट टेकन ड्युरिंग सर्जरी, त्यावेळी ऑर्गॅनिझम जो क्लॉस्ट्रिडियम पर्टिफरंट जीन्स आहे, इट एंटर्स द बॉडी अँड कॉजेस द इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ इन्फ्लामेशन ऑफ abdomen. So it results into abdomen or gas gangrene of intra abdominal origin. Okay, this in intra abdominal origin, the gas gangrene of intra abdominal origin, it also observed into the uterus. Means this can spread, this infection it can spread to uterus, it can also spread to gallbladder. So it does not remain localized to abdomen only, it spreads to other body parts, like it spreads to uterus, it can also spread to gallbladder, it can also spread to fallopian tube, it can also spread to fallopian tube. So from abdomen, the infection can get spread, transmitted to other body parts. This is an endogenous gas ganglion of abdominal origin. Simply, it is an inflammation of abdomen. Okay. हाँ, इथं मात्र काय की it is again characterized by severe pains in the abdomen. Severe pains. Next infection or next type of infection is, I think sixth one. Sixth infection is localized cellulitis. Localized cellulitis. Cellulitis. Localized cellulitis. Localized म्हणजे काय? Infection remains localized, does not spread to other body. It remains localized to infected area only. Cellulitis, here the meaning of cellulitis means it is an infection of lower layer of skin or inflammation of, it is an inflammation of lower layer of skin. It is an inflammation of lower layer of skin. Cellulitis. स्किनच्या अंडर जे एक लोअर लेयर असते ज्याला आपण काय म्हणतो डर्मिस, दॅट इज कॉल्ड डर्मिस. सो जे काय लेयर आहे, लेयर which is present just under the skin, that layer, the inflammation of that layer is called as cellulitis. And once there is cellulitis, it caused by Clostridium perfringens, it remains localized. It does not enter, organism from this area does not enter the blood, means there is no septicemia. Organism जो स्किनच्या लोअर लेयर डर्मिस मध्ये इन्फ्लामेशन करतो, तर it will remain only to the dermis. That's why it is called localized cellulitis. Okay. Then next infection is brain abscess. Brain abscess and meningitis. Meningitis. Brain abscess and meningitis. What is the meaning of meningitis? Meningitis म्हणजे काय? ब्रेनच्या अराउंड एक लेयर असतं, मेम्ब्रेन असतं. That membrane is called meninge. Brain is surrounded by a membrane called as meninge, and the inflammation of meninge is called as meningitis. So overall, brain abscess and meningitis means it is an inflammation of the covering or membrane of brain called meninge. That is meningitis. Okay. So organism it not only causes skin infection, not only causes soft tissue infection, but sometimes it causes abscess, pus formation also into the brain, or it may cause inflammation of the brain covering. Next infection, eighth infection, that is panophthalmos. 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 Panophthalmos means it is simply an infection to eyes. It is an infection of eyes. Especially the covers different layers असतात आपल्या eyes, eye protection साठी जे layers आहेत ज्याला आपण ocular म्हणतो, तिथं infection होतं, injury होतं. So panophthalmos is an eye injury. It is an eye injury. And this is because of Clostridium perfringens infection. So Clostridium perfringens, it may also affect the eyes. And त्यामुळे काय होतं, redness of eyes, irritation is commonly observed in the panophthalmos. Next infection after panophthalmos, and that is thoracic infections. Thoracic infections. Thoracic infections. So what is thoracic infection? It is an wound formation in the thorax. Wound in thorax caused by Clostridium perfringens. Thoracic infections is nothing but an wound in the thorax is caused by this particular pathogenic organism. Last type of infection caused by this organism is thoracic infection caused, or it is due to the wound in the thorax. Last, that is urinogenital infections. Genital infections. These urinogenital infections, especially these are again observed after surgery. Means suppose एखादा पर्सन आहे, पेशंट आहे आणि पेशंटची समजा युरिनोजेनिटल ट्रॅक्ट आहे, ट्रॅक्टची एखादी सर्जरी झाली असेल आणि त्या सर्जरी नंतर जे हॉस्पिटल बोर्न इन्फेक्शन, स्पेशली जे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये आपण मगाशी बघितलं अबडॉमिनल सर्जरी झाली असेल त्यानंतर इन्फेक्शन झालं, दॅट इज अ gas gangrene of intra-abdominal origin. It may be because of post-abdominal surgery. If care is not taken, precautions are not taken during surgery, in that time Clostridium may cause infection. It may cause gas gangrene. Similarly, urinogenital infections by Clostridium is also observed after surgery of urinogenital system. Okay, especially हे जे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये डिसीजेस होतात किंवा इन्फेक्शन होतं हॉस्पिटलमध्ये, those infections are called as नोसोकोमियल इन्फेक्शन. नोसोकोमियल इन्फेक्शन म्हणजे काय, तर हॉस्पिटल बॉर्न इन्फेक्शन. हॉस्पिटलमध्ये पर्सन एका रिझनसाठी ऍडमिट असतो पण त्यावेळी दुसरेच इन्फेक्शन्स व्हायला लागतात. दोज इन्फेक्शन्स आर कॉल्ड हॉस्पिटल बॉर्न इन्फेक्शन्स, नथिंग बट ऑल्सो नोन ॲज नोसोकोमियल इन्फेक्शन. One of the example is urinogenital infections. And best example is if suppose a patient has undergone nephrectomy. Nephrectomy means a surgery of kidney. किडनी डिसीज झाला असेल किंवा एखादा डिसऑर्डर असेल तर एखादा डॅमेज टिश्यू असेल तो रिमूव्ह केला जातो. अशा वेळी जी सर्जरी केली जाते दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज नेफ्रोक्टॉमी, किडनीशी रिलेटेड. सो जेव्हा नेफ्रोक्टॉमी होते, किडनीमधला एखादा डॅमेज टिश्यू रिलीज केला जातो एखाद्या डिसीजमधून क्युअर करण्यासाठी, that time Clostridium may enter the body and it may cause gas gangrene or other type of infections that we have studied. So these are several skin and soft tissue related infections caused by Clostridium perfringens. Especially we have categorized the infections into two broad categories. First, infections of skin and soft tissues, and second, infection of that is food poisoning. तर पहिला कॅटेगरी आपण इथं कव्हर केलेलं आहे. Next category, that is food poisoning, that we will discuss into the next lecture. So the next lecture will be based upon the food poisoning by Clostridium perfringens. Clear? समझ ना? Okay. Thank you.